renderforest.com.
Hi there, everybody. I'm Trisha Peach, host of the Peach Buzz, and welcome to this episode. I'm so glad to see you back with us again. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I am really glad to talk to you today about a kind of tough subject, which is outreach. How do we do outreach in the age of COVID-19? And if you're saying, well, we can't do outreach now, see, that would just kill me. Anyone who knows me well, my heartbeat, my passion is for evangelism, for evangelizing kids. And I cannot imagine being able to grow or to disciple a healthy group of kids, any kind of kids ministry, without an emphasis on outreach. And I will say outreach was a huge part of our kids ministry growing from 300 to 600 in the first 9 months. That came a lot through outreach and then having kids use their gifts and use them to reach their friends. But now what? Okay, some churches, they shut down in March. Some have not reopened yet. Ours has, where I'm at right now, but some have not. And some that have, it's with extreme restrictions. And I can't even tell you how many camps and VBSs and kids programs and back to school programs have all canceled for this summer or this fall. And I have to be honest, I have to give a shout out to my friend Leanne. Hi Leanne Wolk. She is amazing. She's a kids ministry specialist and author. And we were kind of talking about Christmas productions, because that's usually a big time for kids ministry. If you're doing a Christmas play, that is like a huge time to reach unsaved families. So now what? Do you start working on a Christmas production knowing that it could get canceled? Do you go ahead and do a back to school activity even if schools may not be meeting in person? This can be a touchy subject. I will preface this by saying it probably will not look the same in every area. You know, I say this every time we talk COVID-19. I don't think that outreach is going to look the same in Montana as it is in California. Montana's had a lot less of COVID-19 and California's had it really, really bad. So I'm not saying we should do outreach the same no matter what. Now, as far as I'm concerned, outreach for kids ministry or family ministry should include your kids. They should be a part of it. That like attracts like, and they bring others in. And I have not found a way to really grow a ministry without using outreach and using the talents of our own kids. So let's say you're planning on a back to school activity or you're planning on a Christmas musical. Are you thinking of doing it in person, or is there another way? Be honest, I'm imagining at our church we will probably do things live, and that is just because we have not been hit very hard, and we will sanitize and we will try to keep people 6 feet apart. But my guess is that is probably what we will do, unless there is a spike. There's my new kitty I just adopted. Yep, his name is Star-Lord. Yep. You say hello, Star-Lord? I didn't name him that. He came with that name from the shelter. Anyway, my friend Leanne was saying, Trish, maybe we should start as kids pastors thinking of ways that we can do outreach virtually as well. I've seen churches that do this really well with welcome baskets, where they put baskets on people's doorsteps, kind of ding-dong ditch. That was kind of neat, where they're welcoming them to the neighborhood or saying, this is our church, this is what we're about. I don't think it works really well unless you have something to invite them to. You can invite them to your online community, invite them to your services. I would also say that for kids ministries, this is really tough because some kids ministries are not meeting in person. The church has reopened for live interaction, but kids are staying with parents. So you don't have a kids church that you're inviting them into. my friend Leanne again had a great idea. She said, what if for our Christmas production, you had each one of the kids learn their lines at home and film it, or you could have them do it live over a great big Zoom meeting. I thought that could kind of be cool. It would almost look like the Muppet Show. That could be really neat. Could you have each of the kids dress up in their costumes at home and sing the songs together? And then each person has to invite a friend to the Zoom meeting or the Facebook Live. You can do it Facebook Live, and each one has to invite another family over Facebook Live. I think that would be cool if each kid gets to share their talent and you really want the parents to be there. Some of you have said that your online kids ministry services have not been as well attended as you have hoped. I would love for some comments down below to let me know how your online kids ministry services. We did that during lockdown and COVID-19, and our sermons, the Sunday morning sermons, went great. The kids ministry ones did not have nearly as many views. Not sure why that is, but could we do ministry outreach over things like TikTok, where each kid tells a piece of the gospel story and you put them together? You'd have to have kids involved that are good with media, social media. That might be what you need to do if your area is still battling a huge influx of COVID-19 and the school is shut down and that sort of thing. You may need to look at an online outreach. The way I would look at it is it's like you're a missionary and you have to learn a new language. So you're going to speak the language of this next generation and tell the message of hope in Jesus Christ. So, Leanne, thank you. You inspired me. I still believe in evangelism. I still believe in outreach. I currently am working on a Christmas musical, and now I'm thinking I'm going to have to put some digital components in there as well, in case we are on lockdown at Christmas. That if that happens, we have a plan where all of that rehearsal is not for nothing. So tell me about your outreach ideas that you have had. How have you been doing outreach? How are you planning on doing outreach? How have you been reaching your community for Christ? I know it's really hard right now. We're having to be really creative, but kids pastors are. We are really creative. All right, please leave your comments down below. Tell me what you are doing to reach people for Christ right now. What are your ideas? Maybe you haven't done it yet, but you have a great idea. We want to reach people for Christ even during COVID-19, maybe especially during COVID-19. I love you. Thank you what you do for Jesus and his kids. I'll see you next week on the Peach Buzz. Bye-bye.